And here we are for the third quarter between the New York Liberty and the Las Vegas Aces. 43-40 in favor of the Liberty as they really need a win in this one, Kajan.
They really do.
Need one in a bad way, but I want to start off this quarter with something that I know is not WNBA related, but I still, I just said it to you. I don't know how Becky Hammond doesn't have a job at the NBA yet. She is so good. She is so good. She should be in the NBA right now. But, obviously if the Aces are paying her enough, then she should stay in the WNBA and also grow the game. But, I hope that one day Becky Hammond is coaching in the NBA, and I'll go as far as to say, and we can talk about this on Polar Opposites one day when more coaching opportunities come about. I would almost guarantee you that one day Becky Hammond will be the first women's head coach in the NBA, and she deserves to be. She's great. And she's proved it with this Las Vegas Aces team. They hadn't won. They had a team that had choked in the finals before she came. She comes in, first year, wins the title, second year in the finals, one game away, 2 quarters away almost from winning a second straight WNBA title.
Absolutely. And my only question is she content staying in the WNBA?
Exactly. That's why I'm hoping that she has the ambition to be the first women's head coach. I think she does. I think she already should have been. It's just now waiting for that team to take the initiative. As Gray there to Wilson. Wilson didn't take it at first. Dribbled around, couldn't get it. It's going to be off of the Liberty, and it'll be the possession with a fresh shot clock to the Aces. We are underway here in the third quarter.
Tough fadeaway there from Plum and no good. Rebound by Jones. And she hasn't had many of those rebounds. And dare I say it, Spencer, it's the Liberty getting 2 points off of a cut to the basket.
It is. We'll see if they can get the cuts working for them like the Aces have in this series. Stokes now at the top of the key. Plum trying to get around Vandersloot. Got her jumping. Bad pass to Wilson. Stolen away. Again, the turnovers have been kind of sloppy there for the Aces. Wide open Vandersloot. Well too heavy. That was almost immediately you knew that one was going well over the basket.
I thought she was trying to lob it to herself.
It looked like she thought she was going to get a lot more defense than she got, and she went to kind of shoot it as she thought contact was coming, and then that ball went.
Like, oh, ref, she hit me.
God, do I want to see a scrap of the WNBA, Kajan? Yes, I do. I want to see some girls get tangled up, and we have a fist fight. Mm-hmm. Wilson from the free throw line, no good. Yeah, well, A'ja Wilson 2 for 8 in this game. Vandersloot. Trying to go around. Ooh! Did you see that? Kajan, did you see that? Plum just two-handed Breonna Stewart. Oh my God. I thought you caught her in the face. No, she just two-handed her. As Stewart. For Vandersloot. Back for Stewart. Stewart for Vandersloot. Doesn't want to shoot that rock. Inescu for Jonquel Jones. Got to shoot it. Shot clock going down. And no good. And rebounded by Wilson. So it worked out there for Kelsey Plum with that rather excess smart foul, because you could give up the free layup, but still rough foul for sure. As Gray, no good from the mid-range. She has not gotten it going yet. Jonquel Jones working on Stokes. In well, easy there for Benai Laney. Plum. Stokes. Back for Plum. Plum getting guarded by Vandersloot for Wilson. Battling through Jonquel Jones, no good, and rebounded there by Inescu. Rough start here for the Aces. They haven't made a basket yet here in the first 3 minutes. Stewart, it's good. They're up by 9. Timeout taken by the Aces. A pointless start for the Aces. Get them down early in this one by 9 as a 6-0 run in the first 3 minutes of this quarter gives the Liberty a chance here to pull away. We've been waiting for this, Cage. We've been waiting for the team to make the right adjustment, make the right changes, and it looks like the Liberty have made the right adjustments in this second half.
The Liberty are just playing with more urgency. Point blank.
Which, honestly, Cage, makes sense with the way that they played in this series. They need the urgency, or they won't be playing much longer.
They'll be staying home at the Barclays Center if that happens.
With no trophy or banner to boot. The Aces 0 for 5 to start this third quarter. As Clark is back in. Another turnover by the Aces. Costly turnover there for the White Shirts.
And it makes you wonder.
Nine turnovers already for the Aces in this game in SQ. For Vandersloot wide open for 2. It's good. It rattles in.
8-0 run to start.
Young though. Oh, I thought she got that off, Kate. I didn't know that was a foul, but possession will go back here to the Aces.
And I do have to say this, Spencer. The fit, good, how are you?
Again, Kajan at Union Station. Having to be all polite, the Canadians there at Union, as Clark couldn't get that one to go. Vandersloot's already at her average of 9.5 with 9 points in this one, and that's an errant pass for Jonquel Jones.
Also, I do have to say, AF is in the building.
I think I'm the only one who knows what that means, but you know what? We'll take it. As Gray, and that was good for Chelsea Gray. Gray has not gotten going in this game yet. We'll see if that shot can propel her forward.
And you would hope that would propel her forward because somebody else has to step up aside from Kelsey Plum, and so far nobody has.
And Jonquel Jones will get the foul there on Jackie Young, it looked like.
And short on the first.
So Jones now to the line. No good. No really like that jumper there, Kate. She kind of pulls it across her body. Kind of looked like Alonzo when he first came from UCLA. Not as dramatic, but still sort of there. That's good, the second one. Ray, another tough mid-range, no good. Rebounded though by Wilson, Young. Young looking for a pass, couldn't really find one. Back for Wilson. Wilson driving on Jonquel Jones, up, no good. Again. What a pass. Stewart, too rough though for Jonquel Jones, who slips right through her hands like she's Kadarius Toney.
Damn, not Kadarius Toney.
I know that won't hurt you there, Cage.
I mean, it is what it is now.
Jackie Young for Gray. Gray
Are you
fighting
gonna
through
like?
Stewart. What a
You're gonna
pass
like
for Plum. Oh, and
you're gonna
Jonquil Jones.
call her Jonquil Mutombo with that finger wag.
That ball was a little too low there, Cage, and she went, yeah, no, no, no. No, thank you. That pass back out. Wide open Jackie Young for three at the buzzer, but they're not going to say it got shot before, so it doesn't count.
That's the second shot clock violation for the Aces. They've had only two in the first two games of the series, and that was at the end of the game.
And that's the 10th turnover for the Aces in this one. They have really struggled, Cage. As Inescu for Stewart. 9-point lead for Liberty right now, 52-43. Stewart driving, no good, but they call the foul on AJ Wilson.
Stewart really using her physicality to split the double team and force Asia Wilson to foul her. And the Liberty, excuse me, looking to go back up double digits.
I gotta rewatch that here, Kate. I'm gonna see if I can try to get a little rewatch there, that foul, because not exactly sure what Plum was doing on that. Because it should have been a switch, but Plum never got back down. So basically she switched on the hedge, but she never got back in front of Stewart. She always stayed to the side. So Stewart had a free run of the basket there. As Gray, no good. And that should be off the Liberty, and it is. So 10-point lead for the Liberty off of 1 of 2 from Stewart. As I think that's a TV timeout now as we get ready for the second half of the third quarter, as these two teams continue to fight and the Liberty continue to get away. And this quarter, Cage, in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, the score right now is 10-3 in favor of the Liberty. So neither team has really gotten done offensively, but the Liberty have done it more than the Aces, and they've slowly pulled away in this third quarter.
And I gotta give credit, a big shout out to the Liberty defense here. They played physical all game long, and the Aces have not had a counter for that yet on the offensive end.
No, they haven't. And again, I will quickly mention, your Cage, that you will have to leave us here in not too far a time. So if the game is not over by the time Cajun's got to run, it'll just be me, myself, and I here, Spencer Byers of Polar Opposites and the Outrage, taking you through the final quarter of the game. Cajun, I assume, will be watching it while he does his work there at Scotiabank during the Raptors preseason game that we'll talk about tomorrow on Polar Opposites, irregularly scheduled programming.
I mean, the greatest team in the NBA by far.
I'm not sure what metric that is. Maybe of losing. They aren't as bad. They aren't as futile as the Timberwolves, but they're probably close. With how bad they were in the first incarnation of the team.
You're really putting them on in the same category as the Hornets? Come on now.
Maybe the Bobcats, not the Hornets, maybe necessarily. Maybe the Bobcats.
This iteration of the Hornets team, I don't know.
I mean, they still got LaMelo, whatever his name is, the Ball brother that plays 40 games. They're both injury prone, surprisingly. So I guess LeVar's strategy of trying to get all the boys to the league didn't work out, as 2 of his boys are injury prone now. And Lonzo's missed, Cage, 2 straight seasons now? And he's going to be out for going into his 3rd because of that knee injury or that lingering injuries he's had.
And you got to feel for him, too, because he really seemed to find a home in Chicago, and injuries really caught up to him. So that's such a shame.
Yeah, and now LaMelo's really dealing with injuries, too, there for the Charlotte Hornets. Formerly the Bobcats. I'll be honest, I prefer Bobcat to Hornet, if I had to be honest. But I also know the Bobcats as a team were one of some of the worst constructed teams ever in the NBA history. And I do know that for a fact.
Hey man, you're disrespecting the great Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And
Swiss Beats in the crowd cage. Swiss Beats, famously the
shout out.
husband of Alicia Keys.
Imagine that. You're a great producer and all, and you're known for being Alicia Keys' husband. Damn.
And not only that, Cage, as Pop Smoke said, no Alicia, I got keys. One of my favorite bars. I don't know why, Cage. I just love that. I love that bar. From one of my more favorite drill artists in Pop Smoke. As we get back to action, Gray for Plum. Down by 10 are the Aces. Gray, Wilson now doubled by both centers, and it's blocked. Stewart and Jonquil Jones on that one. Vandersloot. They're doing a great job again, doubling in the post cage. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but we talk about doubling in the post throughout this series, and they're finally doing it in your cage, forcing AJ Wilson to be uncomfortable. Jonquil Jones now up and good for New York.
Man, has she played well all series.
Wilson. Nice move through Breonna Stewart, and they're going to call the block on Stewart. Do you want to mention Cage in this third quarter? Plum has no points as of yet. They're only getting their fourth point of the quarter there with that free throw.
And it's now the Liberty that are making the right adjustments. And if you're Becky Hammond and the Aces, you got to find some sort of way to get back into this game.
Back down by 10, I believe. No, actually, they lied to me. Apparently, it's only 55-44, so 11. So 4 points in the quarter here for the Aces. As Stewart, wide open, thought about shooting it, does shoot it, and misses. Gray with the rebound. Alicia Clark for three, no good. Rebounded though by, looks like Liberty, whacked around though by the Aces as an SQ. Or Jonquil Jones tried to do the dump off. Clark was there for Stewart, wide open, and Stewart gets it to go. Post to post, but it really wasn't in the post. Post player to post player, and that was Jonquil Jones basically top of the key. And that's Wilson's step back. It's good for AJ Wilson, who still has not really gotten going in this game, Cage.
No, she really hasn't, and they have made life difficult for her. It's like you're gonna get your points, but they're gonna be difficult.
As Inescu looking for a pass, gives it off there to Laney. Laney's gonna get called, and it's gonna be a timeout, I believe, taken there by the Liberty.
Using this one?
And they were trying to call a travel there was Becky Hammond. That's a beautiful pass there from Jonquil Jones to Breonna Stewart. Actually, I don't even know what that whistle was for, Cage. I guess it wasn't a TV timeout either. It was just a little break as we get ready here with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. I mentioned Jonquil Jones, the stat line: 21 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I think that was 3 steals or 2 steals? 2 steals and 3 blocks. Oh my goodness. As Stewart almost lost it. Stewart gets the shot away. No good. Young quickly up the floor. It's no good. Inescu for Jonquel Jones for three. No good. Rebounded by Clark. Neither team's really shot well in this third quarter. As Clark for Wilson. Gives it actually off technically to Gray. By accident, might I add. Still fighting for it there. Plum for three. No good. Wilson, though, with the rebound. Out there for Clark. Thought about shooting it. Has to reevaluate. Back inside for Wilson. Wilson blocked by Stewart. Vandersloot now. The other way to Laney. It's possession back to the Liberty.
That right there from Stewart to Asia Wilson is return to sender.
And Jones hits another three. And now it's 14. Point lead in favor of the Liberty. 6-point quarter right now for the Aces. They have really struggled in this third quarter, and you're right. Sandy Brondello, who's been, in my opinion, outcoached throughout this series, has now tonight outcoached Becky Hammond. Inside Clark, wide open. It's good for Alicia Clark. That's now number 8 in points for the Aces in the third quarter. Vandersloot. Nice move. It's no good, but they're going to call the foul. And Clark can't believe it.
Clark was incensed.
Vandersloot was incensed. She didn't get it at first, and then Alicia Clark was incensed that they gave her the foul to begin with. So Vandersloot will go to the line. No good. Therefore, Vandersloot number 1. Nice move there by Gray. Plum now blocked by Stewart again.
And I didn't mention this at the very beginning. Like, Stewart has to be the best player on both ends of the floor. Right now in that third quarter, she has become the best player on both ends of the floor.
She is, for the first time in this series, Kajan, outplaying her compatriot positionally and in the MVP race in Aja Wilson. Passed around Clark, Plum, Chelsea Gray. No one wanted to shoot it. Good ball movement, but nobody wanted to shoot it. Gray blocked the first time. Second time goes up and gets it. And got a hand coming down, so now she's kind of coming up laboring. As Johannes back in for Stewart. Stewart around Stokes, trying to get through Clark. Couldn't get it to go. Stewart gets the rebound, though, and gives it out to Vandersloot, who's going to slow it down. Vandersloot all the way around, into the corner. Still fighting through there are the Liberty. No good. They might get one more chance here. Do the Aces at the end of this quarter. Wide open. Should be Plum, but it got blocked by Stewart.
And I believe that might have been her third block of the quarter.
And third block of the game.
Now I'm seeing that replay of Plum trying to attack Breonna Stewart, and she just said none of that. It says she only has 2 blocks. I'm not so sure about that.
Well, mine hasn't fully updated yet, so I'm just waiting for it to fully update before I give an update on the score lines.
As if you're hearing who that is in the background, yes, that is Aubrey.
And I think you mean Drake.
No, I meant Aubrey.
Well, as long as you meant Aubrey. Has the Liberty have really dominated that third quarter, 61-50, a 10-18 quarter in favor of the Liberty. We're up by 11 going into the fourth quarter, which could mean, Cage, we're going to have to come back on, what was it, Wednesday at 8 p.m. for game number 4.
Let's not call it just yet. There's still 10 more minutes left. There's still at least 10 more minutes left to play here.
Do want to mention Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum still have not come off the floor yet. You're going to have to take them off with a chisel here in Brooklyn. As it does look like the credit only is to 2 for Breanna Stewart in blocks, as we do get ready for the fourth quarter of the WNBA Finals.